I'm Brigham Larson with Brigham Larson Pianos. This is an I believe it was 1898. I'm doing that from memory. It's right about there, 1890s. This is a Mason Hamlin, which is a high-end piano. If you're not aware, Mason Hamlin. I've done lots of videos, and I always mention that I'm a big fan of Mason Hamlin. They are, for sure, without a doubt, on par with Steinway. Everybody's heard of Steinway, but Mason Hamlin, I say without any reservation whatsoever, is at least a peer to Steinway, at least. And truth be told, I would personally rather own a Mason Hamlin than a Steinway. I like Steinway too. Okay, so this piano, we're not doing anything on the outside. We're doing our mid-level restoration on this piano. It is a family heirloom to this family, but frankly, I think in part because the family doesn't necessarily have the budget or the desire to do a full rebuild, you know, enabling it to be passed down for another 100 years. That's not necessarily what their goal is, but also because it's such a high-end piano, it is actually a really good candidate for a mid-level restoration. Full restoration would be cooler, truth be told, but it's gonna be great with the mid-level. Okay, so what is entailed in that, I refer to it as the hybrid between restoration and refurbish. So what we're doing there is we're kind of taking some from one column, some from the other to make it function as well as it can. A full restoration, you know, where we're essentially putting on all new everything, whereas a hybrid, we're taking all the very most crucial components and replacing those, and then all the others we refurbish. Okay, so let's check it out. Okay, so the first thing obviously that sticks out is these hammer issues. Lots of hammer issues here. Let's see what's causing those. We'll find out. It's probably a flange issue or something. Pretty severe regulation issues, but of course we'll handle all of that. We're going to replace all of these hammers. We're going to replace the dampers. We're going to replace bushings. The keys will actually stay the same. Well, we'll keep them original rather, but we'll clean up those ivories. That is original ivory, but that's in surprisingly good condition. Not many sets of ivory look that good after over 100 years, 120 years. Yeah, lots of flange issues. I think we'll have to really overhaul these flanges. All of that clicky, that's the flange is the pivot point of the hammer, and there's just, you know, a lot of them that are either altogether attached or altogether detached rather, like this one, and then some of them that are, that one you can see is attached, but there's just a lot of play there. That's way too much play, and you can actually tell if there's been a lot of play. Like I'm guessing, for example, this one, if you look at the wear pattern in the hammers, if you see hammers that are so like these two, for example, this is just for you techie people that like little tidbits. These two hammers, the cuts on the string cuts on the hammers are fairly straight and uniform, whereas on the string cuts on this one are sort of random, and that's a sign that there's pinning problems. And sure enough, there's way too much play, whereas these two are much more firm. So lots of, and then this one too. See, yeah, lots of these have pinning issues. Anyway, looks like someone has gone through and replaced a lot of the bridle straps at one point. We're going to replace those altogether, and then we'll, and I'm not a big fan also of these clip-on. Yeah. And we'll replace a lot of the leather and the felt and the cloth and the bushings, and then of course, you know, full regulation. Let's have a look underneath, see what we're dealing with down there. These pedals are solid brass. We'll polish those up, make them look beautiful and brand new. The soundboard looks super solid. So do the bridges. But we'll clean all that up, rebuild all that track work, make it all function like new. It's kind of an interesting mechanism there. Anyway. Say this piano's got great bones. It's just got great tone, and it's a Mason Hamlin, and the soundboard and bridges are in really good condition. So when we are done with this, it's going to sound awesome.